Hello, everyone, and welcome to the round 6 of GPVWC Academy Series. Today we make the race in Paul Ricard in France. I am Rodrigo Carvalho, and with me on the commentaries will be Phil Morby. Hello, Phil.
Uh, Good evening, bonjour, hello everyone. Welcome to a sunny France, and yeah, we've just started qualifying.
Yeah, and at the moment, the first guy to make the lap is Stefan Schrader, the guy from Germany. On the practice, we see the times, and Shimon Felix was more fastest with a 44.1. But I see it still on the practice that people made it for the Academy Series, I expected about a 43 from the pole. What time you expected? I see that the best lap on quali was from Jacob Reed. That was a 42.9 on the practice in the other server. But in the official server, Jacob can make it the 42, or you think you'll be on the 43s, Phil?
I think there'll probably be, so when we start the server, obviously there's a set amount of rubber, and there's probably a low amount of rubber compared to the other server earlier, so I reckon pushing for 42 is going to be hard here. I'll see a very low 43, but I'm not sure on the 42.
Yeah, and we see now Stefan's lap. He's the first guy to make a first lap in the quali. And 12 minutes now to end the quali. A lot of time the drivers have to try to make the pole position for this race. The race today will be 22 laps. It's a very technical track, Paul Ricard. And we are talking with me and Phil that we are very interesting to see how will be the strategy for this race, because in Poznan the best strategy for the first time in this season was make a pit stop because the track was too short and the pit lane also was too short, so you don't lose too many times make a pit stop. But here maybe it could be different because the track is big and the pit stop is not short like was in Poznan. So if you was driving today, Phil, because I see you driving in other rounds this year in Academy Series, if you was on track now, what strategy probably you think for the race? Maybe make a pit stop, or is better try to make this car go to the the 22 laps, because it looks like the track have also a lot of tire wear because of the corners.
Yeah, in Istanbul, I made the naught stop work. So I think there was only about 2 or 3 cars in the top 10 that managed the naught stop. Poznan, I did do the one stop, and I tried pitting a little bit earlier than others to try and get the undercut, which I think I pitted 6th and still finished 6th. So here, I would be tempted to play safe. There's a lot of long, hard corners. So Stefan going through turn 1, turn 2. And then you've got the tricky technical bit at the end, turns 11, 12, 13, 14, which again are quite long, and they're going to put a lot of stress on the tyres. So if Stefan kind of loses it, but just about gathers up at turn 4. If I was racing, I'd probably go for pitting on lap 10, 9 or 10. Go a little bit early, and then you know that you've got tyres that will last. The track will start rubbering up, and you can push hard.
And good indeed. And talking about the pole position at the moment, the first 43 and the moment is for Jacob Reed, the guy that we were talking before, that made a 42 under the server. He made a 43.5. At the moment, he's the only guy that make a lap in 43. But you need to remember that have a guy that probably is my favorite bet for the pole position today. He still don't make a lap. He's still on the track. He make his lap out of the pits. He's a Polish driver, Simon Frelick. He already made 2 pole positions this year in Academy Series. He made one in Turkey. That was the track that Phil Morby was talking about. And also he made the pole position in Baku. But he still don't win any race this season. He still try to pick his first win in Academy Series. How good do you think is this guy, Phil? But how it looks like Fred have a lot of bad luck in the Academy Series, because when he make a chance to win, something happen. So can he made this bad luck be gone today in Paul Ricard?
I think here, like you said, with the longer track, we know he's quick over 1 lap. We know he can get high in qualifying. Then holding it there for this race, I think even if less cars, we currently have 33 drivers today. It's going to make it a little bit easier for lapping. and it's turns 1 and 2. It's just kind of staying out of trouble and then seeing if he can kind of hold off the assault from any one of a number of drivers behind him. But yeah, Jacob, the only one currently in the 143s, let alone any looks of a low 143 or high 142.
Yes, and let's see Frelick. He will start now his lap.
So do we start chat for his one?
Yeah, so he start now his lap. He make the first corner on the track. It's the sector 1. It's a very bit technical part. Is a bit of high speed corners you need to take care of, because you miss an apex here, you can lose a lot of time and you make very aggressive the corners. Let's see how you be his first sector compared to Jacob Reed that make the pole at the moment, the provisional pole. And he's faster than Reed, 1/10 more faster on the sector 1, very aggressive. Now he's the sector 2, is a part of a straight line. He opened his DRS, 260, 270. His car is very fast on the straight line, 280 without slipstream. Now heavy brake, third gear, make another technical. Yeah, he have tracked off ahead is Schreider and Gaetano Reina, but let's see if both guys will not harm his lap, because at the moment Schreider stopped his car as we see. Respect the lap from Frelick. Frelick now make it without takeoff of the gas pedal, very fast in need. And 4/10 more faster on the sector 2 than Reed. So we see now a provisional pole, maybe if it do not make mistakes now in the sector 3. Now is the most important part. It's more high speed corners with low also. And looks like how he's on the limit, only 2 wheels on the curb. He tried to use all the track on his way, second gear. Now last corner in first gear, all very stoppy. And now he opened the DRS and Simon Frelick takes the line and he no make the pole. He lost on the last sector, 1/10 more slower than Jacob Reed. So he back to the pits. So he's in the P2 at the moment, and Jacob Reed is on the track right now. But I don't see that he can improve now his lap. He was 2/10 more slower in the sector 1. He's finished now the sector 2, but I still don't see a chance to improve. He don't will improve this lap, so Frelick is now exiting the pits. Let's see the other guys on track. On the third position at the moment is Kaiten Penny with a 44.2. Fourth position is Guilherme Tomiazzi. This guy will race for Academy team tomorrow in Formula Challenge, so he will represent the Academy team. He make a very good race in Poznan. He tried to make a no-stop strategy that was very brave on his part, because his tires basically was nothing ideal in the end, probably after a lot of laps he made in Poznan. He's at the moment with a 44.3. In fifth position is let's see the name, is the Vander Meij with a 44.6. So at the moment, just 2 guys on the 43s. Let's see if we can find someone that can make a chance to make a provisional pole.
I was just looking at Frelick, and he came out of the pits just now. He actually nearly hit Renner Gaetano, which was close. Just kind of watching him at the moment as he's building up towards doing a lap. But yeah, the track limits there was this is the reason I'm not the biggest fan of Paul Ricard. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like it. It's a very good test track. Not sure on the racing side of it, but yeah, he was using as far limit as you could. You couldn't do that at Poznan or Istanbul, because if your 2 wheels were off the kind of the curb, they were on grass. Whereas here, obviously, you can have 2 wheels on the curb, which is legal, and then 2 wheels effectively off track. But off track is just tarmac. So yeah, pushing the scope of legalities to the right limit.
Yeah, and see people that improve. At the moment, Nick Jordan, the guy at the 23rd position at the moment, he improved his sector 2. Of course, he don't have a chance for pole because he's almost 1 second more slow than Reed. But maybe he can make a top 10 result. Let's see him. He's finished now at the sector 3, and something happened.
So, just looking at Renner as he starts the lap, going through turn 1, turn 2. He's got a bit of traffic ahead of him as we see if we can kind of get a lap together. Ooh, an interesting rejoin there. Luckily the car gets out of the way. Yeah, interesting about Frelick and Reed there. The kind of the different setups, I suppose, you can effectively take on this track.
And talk about Frelick. Frelick made again the first sector 1 compared to Reed, but let's see if he don't lose on the sector 2 because look at sector 3, sorry, because looks like something happened with Frelick. It looks like it was a free screen for the moment, so he stopped his lap and go back to the pits. Oh, it's a pity for Frelick. He had some technical issues in his computer, it looks like. And the moment Jacob Reed is on the track, but he's still on the out lap, so he still make his lap from the server. A new guy joined now the server, so you have now 34 cars. Rodrigo Beltrame, the Brazilian guy, joined the server now with 3 minutes to end the quali. So maybe it will be only his one chance to him make a chance to make a pole. It looks like Jacob Reed make a lap now, makes the first corners. And looks like Frelick is in front of him, but Frelick is not in a lap to complete, so Frelick stopped the car. And Reed now makes it very aggressive. He almost lose the hero in his car. But that was positive or not. Looks like he go out of the track and look, was not good. He lost a lot on the sector 1, so probably he will try to make another chance. Let's see if he can find someone that can make the pole position at the moment, because I don't see anyone that have a chance. Some people is improving on his sectors, but nothing to beat Jacob Reed's laps. So at the moment the guy is very dominant because he make this lap on the start of the session and he's still with his lap.
Yeah, I've done that many times before. You kind of put a lap in that you think is like a banker lap of, yeah, okay, I've got a lap there now. I can now start pushing and push the limits a little bit more, and then you just hit a brick wall. You peak early effectively, and can't go much further. I'm just trying to see kind of what cars we've got. We've got a bunch between 13th and 17th. They're already split by a couple of tenths. I mean, overall.
Sorry, but looks like Tomiyasu have a chance because he is just 0.96 more slower than Reed on sector 1. So if he made a very good sector 2, maybe have a chance to make a provisional pole or increase his lap. So let's see the time, the lap from the Brazilian guy. He now on the straights, he's finishing his sector 2. He will be the part that is a high-speed corner to the right. Oh, look how he made look the downforce of this car. And he will finish the sector 2 in. He's faster than Reed. 0.04 more faster. So he have a chance to make the provisional pole. Let's see. He have a back mark in front of him. Let's see. He will not harm his lap. Is a very difficult part now. Let's see if Tomiyasu can use also the back marker. The guy in front of him, Beltrame stopped, so Tomiyasu have a chance in making third gear. Now, first gear, last corner. He make a very good exit. Let's see, he opened the DRS. Guilherme Tomiyasu will finish the line, and no, he don't make it. 6 tenths more slow than Reed. Looks like Reed make a massive lap on sector 3. Because no one can beat his lap, even make a better sector 1 and 2, Phil Morby. So Tomiyasu now is on P3 at the moment.
Yeah, as we were kind of saying, mentioned on setup, you kind of can go kind of 2 ways about it. You either take the kind of high downforce setup to kind of help you good at the start and lap and at the end, or you kind of go for a low downforce setup, and you've obviously got a very long straight, 2 parts straight, back straight to kind of get the speed that way. It looks like our top 2 guys have gone different ways, with Reed being quicker on the straights, but Frelick more in the corners, as we're coming to the business end of qualifying.
So 20 seconds to end the session. Frelick is in a bad lap at the moment. Jacob Reed, the pole position at the moment, is on the pits. Tomiyasu is on the pits. Penny is on the pits. The top 5, Vander Miert is on the pits also. Skipalo is on the track, but he's not improved his lap. He was just 7 tenths more slower than Reed on sector 2. And now he crosses the line, and he still have a chance to make another lap. So if he still have a chance to make maybe a provisional pole, I don't think so, because we have a lot of guys in front of him right now. And we have a yellow flag on the track. Something can happen. I think it's Hansford that is go out of track for the moment. I see. I don't think so. Someone will have a chance to make a pole. I don't see any improvement.
Frelick is currently on a lap. I'm just kind of looking at the times now for him. So let's see what he does. He's on a 29.1, which is a decent first sector. It's what he's been doing so far. Let's see how sector 2 gives him a little bit. He's like I said, first bit of the back straight, and we'll see what's he going to do in sector 2. It's probably just going to be at the end of the back straight here, and then see if he can kind of hold it all together, because it was the third sector where it kind of let go for him. So
yes, and now is the time for the truth. Shimon Frelick, he can have a chance to make the pole. He finished now the sector 2. Looks like how faster he is. He was 1/10 more faster than Reed on sector 1, and he's 3/10 more faster than Reed on sector 2. So now is the time of the truth for the guy from Poland, the reserve driver for Royal Brew Academy. Let's see if Frelick have a chance to make a pole position. I don't think so. I see again he have some problems. So he's stopping. So he have a leg problem again, and Frelick stopped the car. He is B on P2. That is a very pity. Hopes Frelick don't have these problems on the race, but looks like his quality was harmed because of that. It's a pity. So for the moment, as we see, the pole will be with Jacob Reed with a 43.5. Second will be Frelick. Third will be Tomiazzi. Fourth will be Penny. And top 5 will be Gaetano Rina, 44.3. Not bad for the Italian guy. He's a first race in Academy Series.
Yeah, it's not a bad little lineup we got here. We got kind of apparently at last check we had 17 different nationalities lining up. So a bit of a mixture of names to get wrong later, I'm sure. And that was a good quality session.
So congratulations to Jacob Reed. He make the pole position. So he will start on the front with Frelick in second, Tomiazzi in third, Penny in fourth, and Rina in fifth position. This is the top 5. The top 6, top 10 will end with Van der Meij in 6th position, Skipal in 7th, Nathan Stoop, another new guy in 8th position, Stefan Schreider in 9th position. I think it's the best position for Schreider in this academy season. And 10th position will be Henk Hoekstra. It will be 35 cars on the server, so 35 cars will start this race today. So what do you think about this qualify? Talk to us everything. What you see that is interesting, what you see that will be interesting for the race for this.
Quite a bit of spread. I mean, the top 15 drivers were under 2 seconds. I think overall about 4 or 5 seconds spreading the entire field. It's a big field, and obviously there's a lot of different abilities here. For some people, they've already done quite a few academy races. They may have been emergency cover in other leagues. You've then got people at the other end of the spectrum where this is their first kind of proper go at racing. So it's an exciting opportunity to kind of mix amongst some great sim racers, some new, some more experienced than others, and seeing where they kind of stand.
Now it will be to warm up. So in a few minutes we'll start the race. So before we make a time break to rest a little bit for the race, what guy you think have a chance to win today? What guy you pick for today, Bill Morby? I will pick for today Shimon Frelick because I want this guy to win the academy race. He deserves a lot, but looks like he has some problems with his computer. I hope it is not harming him, but I think he's a very quick guy and maybe the favorite to win the academy race since he shows a lot of good races in the other rounds. So
he just gets a bit unlucky, doesn't he? I mean, even during that qualifying, he was having issues where cars were leaving and joining the server, which was causing him to have a little bit of lag. He reckons that's what ruined him getting a decent lap in. As for this one, I mean, Jacob's up there, Caitlin's up there. There's a lot of names I have to admit I don't recognise. So it's going to be... the problem with Paul Ricard is turn 1 and 2, quite slow speed, and then you have a very slow 3, 4, 5 onto the back straight that kind of bunches the cars up. So it's going to be all about staying out of trouble. I know last time out at Poznan, there wasn't too big an issue. Turn 1 was fine. Turn 3, there was a slight issue, maybe caused by yours truly, but I can neither confirm or deny those rumours. Luckily, all the cars were pointing the right way at the exit of the corner, if they were pointing sideways during it. So yeah, it's just kind of, here there's a lot of runoff, and as we were saying, kind of in terms of track limits, you can kind of duck out if you see an incident ahead. Hopefully there won't be, hopefully we'll get some great racing. So we'll see how they all cope at the start, and then hopefully get into a rhythm, kind of work out if you've ruined your tyres, will you need to switch to a one stop, or can you actually realise that your tyres are doing okay and stay with a naught stop?
I have a lot of doubts in what strategy will be better for this track. Since I am the type of driver that likes try to be conservative with my tires. Probably I was try for the challenge and make all the race without make a pit stop. But maybe we need to remember that the car without pitting is too slow compared to the car that you make a pit stop. You see that in Fuji Grand Prix, for example, that Tom Voss was basically 2 seconds more faster than the other guys that was with a full tank. But in the end, Witalski shows that the strategy of don't make a pit stop was better. And also, we need to remember a lot of guys this season goes to career ladder that started from the academy this year. I can remember, for example, with Witkowski make some races in Super Cup. He win a race in Fuji. Also, Tom Parker that wins in Turkey. He's driving now for Madness Racing in Formula Challenge. Also, we need to remember other names like Tomiyasu, for example. He raced for Neptune in Formula Challenge in Baku, and now he raced for the Academy team in Canada. Also, the guys from Gallery 82, that is Cardas and I think it's Galka, the other one that's also racing Academy Series this year. Also have the other guy, I think is Schmidt, the German. He racing Super League Lights. A lot of good talents this year. Don't Phil?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you mentioned there, Jack Nichols, BBC commentator extraordinaire, is now also signed up to do, I think it's Super Cup he's doing, or Super League Lights. Having I raced him last time out at Poznan. Thank you. It's a clarification. Super Cup. So we are getting drivers up into these other career ladders, and they're kind of taking some people taking their first steps out here, and who knows how far up they'll go.
Yes, and we need to remember there's 35 cars on the track. 34 at the moment, but probably will be 35. Because Strelicky is out of the server, probably to try to fix the technical issues he have in the quality. So probably will be 35 for today. It's a good grid. A lot of guys in a big track. I am very anxious to see how strategy the people you choose for today. And to be honest, the track probably is not all the people that like it, but we hope that the guys can show to us that even in a track like Paul Ricard, it is possible to make an exciting race. So now it's 5 minutes to end the warm-up. We will be back when the warm-up ends.
Yeah, it's probably worth making a shout out to a few other drivers we've got here this evening before we start the race. We've got Craig Woolyard, who's wrote up an interesting article on Formula Scout about his kind of steps into sim racing, and he's back here tonight. I didn't see where he qualified, actually, I must admit. April Kausvold is here, and I also believe that Dad is here. Paul, I can't remember your surname, but Paul Dillon is racing as well. So we have kind of a bit of family racing going on, and also got a couple of Formula One employers that are racing in the form of Will Fry for Renault. Will Fry works for Renault, and Mark Singleton works for Red Bull. So during all this stuff going on in the real world, those guys are able just to boot up the old game and continue with some virtual racing.
Yes, very interesting. We know that thanks to Phil talking to us this very nice information, very curiosity about the drivers that is racing today in the Academy Series. 3 minutes to end the warm up. So it's talking about driving. Probably a lot of people now is a bit nervous to start this race. When you go to a race in Phil, what is the part that most make you anxious or nervous? Tell to us.
I think it's like, for me, it's more like halfway or 3/4 through the race, because that's where you start kind of thinking, oh, okay, I can save a little bit of fuel, kind of take off the gas a little bit, and that's when the stakes start to creep in. At the start, you know it's going to be a little bit crazy. I mean, these cars do have launch control, so it is kind of drop the launch control button and kind of go through the gears, try and stay out of trouble. Like I said, it didn't go so well for me at Poznan. But then once you find the rhythm, find your spot in all of it, it's okay. It's then, like I said, for me, it was after the pit stop. I was like, right, I've got some new tyres now. I can kind of find my rhythm again, and I just kind of backed off a little bit just to save a little bit of fuel for another lap, and messed up. So yeah, kind of later on when mistakes creep in. I mean, these aren't 22 laps, 1 minute 45. We're going to be doing a kind of 35, 40-minute race, and that's where the kind of concentration levels, it's kind of like will be key as well.
Yeah, to be honest, the part that most makes me nervous is the warm-up. We'll tell you why. Because we think too much about the race in the warm-up, and the warm-up is not short, you know. It's about basically it's 10 minutes warm-up in a race, and we think too much. So I prefer don't make laps in warm-up, for example, just be concentrated myself. But every driver has this way to prepared. Now 1 minute and 50 to end the warm up. Yeah. So basically 1 minute we go to the race, the 22 laps that we want to see today. Paul Ricard. The moment the time is, we see Jacob Reed also make a fastest lap on the warm up with a 45.5. Frelick don't make laps on the server. He's on the track now, but he still don't completed laps. Tomiyasu that will start in T3, let me see, looks like he don't make laps. No, he make laps, but he make laps in 46.4. He's now on the pit, probably testing the start on his car, maybe for the race.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's kind of a bit uphill, and it's a relatively long run down to turn 1. They will be going, probably into 5th gear, 6th gear before they need to kind of whack on the anchors. I think that's probably a worry itself, is cold brakes. You've got a lap to warm up, but if you're starting kind of 5th, 6th, 7th, you're still going to be sat on the grid for a very long time as 30 other cars have got to line up. And then you've got to wait for the lights, and then you've got to run down turn 1. You have to think about your brakes and your tyres, and you are going to be first few corners. It's still going to have to bring it up to temperature.
And also you need to remember, Phil, that this car has a lot of dirty air, so probably on the sector 2 and 3 it'll be very difficult to drive if someone have in front of you, and probably you'll be a Indian, a lot of a train, a big train on the front. So someone you lead this train, and the things could be not good for someone that be in this train, because maybe someone can make a mistake and the race could be gone for everyone that just don't have any fault on that.
Yeah, dirty air. I remember Fuji turn 2. I was following a car for the first time, I think, actually at that circuit. And yeah, just going for that quick left-hander, and then suddenly realising he had no downforce whatsoever. It was actually, that's the other race I've done with Academy this year. Istanbul, Fuji, Poznan. Fuji, I was quite low down the order. I made a mistake at turn 2, and then kind of spun round. My tyres overheated, and then spun round at turn 3 and lost both my front wing and rear wing. So that's another thing you need to think about here is damage. Yes, there's a lot of runoff, but if you fuel your car for not stopping, and then you have to kind of pit to take a front wing, you ruin those opportunities. Likewise, if you kind of go for the one stop and then realise actually that's it, you're committed to it because you usually don't take enough fuel. But we should be going to race shortly and can start the formation lap.
Yeah, the warm up is ended. In a few seconds, we go to the race. So we're waiting now. The race director put the session for the race. In a few minutes, we'll start to see the race, and now it's just waiting. Is the moment more tension now? People's already make his last preparations for the race. Already know how is the track, how is the level of the rubber of the track.
We are just looking at Craig Royard has had a slight issue. What the hell did he do to his car? I think he somewhat managed to. Oh, he just kind of did a few flips on the old start finish straight.
Well, I hope he don't make that on the race. It's not the best thing, to happen in a race, especially because he lost basically everything on the car. Now the session moved to the race. 50 seconds to start the race for us.
This is anxious bit, this moment as well, making sure that you've put your fuel in and making sure that you've got the correct tire. Obviously, in this series, you can only have one set of tyres, the hards. But yeah, making sure that you've actually got the amount of fuel in your car is quite key at this moment.
Yes, and we need to remember the track conditions for today. No chance of raining, so we don't see any raining for today to make maybe the race more interesting. The only track at the moment that we have rain was Australia. That was the first round of the Academy Series. That was a heavy rain. The race was the winner, if I remember, was Hoekstra, and that is also racing in Formula Challenge for the AGP. So now 5 seconds to start the formation lap. 22 laps on the track. Now start the formation lap. So let's start the starting grid for the round 6 in GPVWC Academy Series in French. So the pole position will be Jacob Reed, with the second position is Frelick. Third is Tomiassi. Penny and Gaetano Rina finish the top 5. Sixth position will be Van der Meij with Skipala on 7. Eighth position is the Stoop. Ninth position is Schreider, his best position at the moment on the season, if I remember. And the top 10 is finished with Henk Hoekstra. 11 will be Van der Waal. 12th position will be Francis Cabrera. Third position will be John McLean. And 14th position will be Rydberg. The top 15 ends with Mark Singleton, a guy that works in Formula 1. 16th position will be a debutant rookie Brazilian guy, Rodrigo Beltrame. 17th position will be Collinson. 18th position will be Craig Patterson, an old name that we already know that racing in GPWC Career Ladder. 19th position will be Rick Wiersna, and 20th position will be Jordan. 21 will be Evangelitakis, with the 22 position will be Lambert. 23, April Colesworth. 24 position will be the Zoo. The 25 position that is on the pit, so he starts from the pits, is Magnusson. And Magnusson, he make a not good decision, a donkey decision. He passed on the red. The light was red, so he need to pay a drive-through. Not a good thing. 26th position will be Hallows, with the 27th position will be Willard. 28th position will be Chris Williamson. 29th position William Fry. 13th position Argentinian driver Martin Fernandez. 31 position East Hand. 32 position Paul Dillon. That is April Colesworth dad, as we already talked about. 33 position Ihad Abbas, the guy from Egypt. 34 position will be Laszlo Filipakos, another race that he start from behind. And the last position will be Hansford, but probably the last will be Magnusson.
I don't even know if Magnusson's going to be able to start the race here. He's kind of desperately trying to drive to the back of the grid to kind of catch up. It's got a bit of time, but I don't think the game's going to recognise it very well. I'm not quite sure what the game's actually going to do here.
I hope he pay his drive-through penalty, but probably his race has already gone after the decision he made. I don't understand why he tried to make it. But all the cars is almost going to the straight line to start the race. The guys on the top is already waiting for but still now the 35 position runs for this, put his car on the line with Filipakos. Let's see if the lights will start even with Magnusson on the track.
No, he's been disqualified, so the lights should start shortly.
Oh my goodness. So 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and he's go! A good start from Reed. Oh, look, Frelick. He make a good start. Maybe he will try to be side by side. Yes, he make a very good start. Oh, I already see a crash here. And Frelick side by side with Reed. Oh my goodness, what a move by Simon Frelick. He takes the lead and looks like behind a lot of crashes. I see some names like
Van der Beek is round. I think Chris Williamson is still going.
Yeah, well, to Skipala also, a bad start for Skipala, pity. because he make a very good quality. Now he's on the 31 position on the. Just Magnus at the moment is of the race, and Jordan lost a front wing. Is a pity also. He's last position at the moment on the track. Yeah, April also lost a front wing. Is a pity for April Cosworth. And for the moment, Frelick is leading with 6/10 of Jacob Reed. In third position is Guilherme Tobiasi. Fourth position is Caitlin Penny. And top 5 finish with Gaetano Arena. So they make now the sector 2 on the track. Let's see if you can find a fight for the position. It looks like the 18th position of Beltrami against Willard. And Willard makes the move for the 17th position on the moment. And I see a yellow flag. What happened on the track? Something crashed.
We've got another car around. I can't quite tell who it is. It's
Martin Fernandez. He's without his front wing and stopped it on the chicane on sector 2. So probably he's out of the race because he don't try to move. So it's a pity. The Argentinian guy probably is out of the race.
It looks like he just missed his braking point and then kind of veered right to avoid, and then actually somehow found a barrier at Paul Ricard, which is quite a rare sighting.
Yeah, it's a pity. And now Frelke finish the lap. So we already have 2 guys out of the race. So only 33 cars. And Phil Morby, your thoughts about
we just got Ibab Abbas just spun round on his own accord at the back there. I'm just kind of keeping an eye on who's making it into the pits and who is. So April is in the pits. I think that's the only car going in at the moment. So just April without a front wing. Otherwise, oh no, there's someone behind. That is Nick Jordan, also without front wing. So 2 cars in the pits. Otherwise, yeah, so far so good. The gaps at the front are kind of all just over a second to each other at the moment. So the top 5 have kind of scuppered away. Although Gaetano is.
Look Cabrera and Singleton. The fight for the 8th position. Cabrera go back to the track and go back in a not good way, and he crashed with Singleton. And now Van der Waal have a chance to overtake. But looks like Cabrera is very fast on the straight lines. The roll is trying to inside, and also a car behind is Rick Riesner tried to make a move against Singleton for the 10th position at the moment for the top 10, but he cannot made it. So wow, a lot of things happen in this first lap as we can see it. Let's see.
It's just kind of chaos, isn't it? Kind of it's just people trying to find their kind of bits. Mark Singleton, like you said, kind of under pressure. And then there's a kind of a big group. Oh, blimey, going 3 wide at 19th and 18th. There's a kind of real posse of them all kind of getting together, but they are kind of keeping it safe. Not.
Yeah.
Running.
Yeah, and looks Filipakos, he's already in 19th position. Again, this guy from Greece showed that he can make a very good starts in this race with just one lap completed. He's already almost on the top 15, but he's still fighting with Van der Meij and the Zoo. And he touched with Van der Meij. Oh, that was dangerous. He's still fighting from outside. It's difficult. He go back off the grid and he lost the position. So he's still on the top 20. And Van der Meij is now trying to make the move against the Zoo. And he's trying to pick the slipstream, but it looks like it's not sufficient to make a move. He try a dive bomb. No, he don't make it. So he's still on the 19th position at the moment. So let's see the top 5 on the moment for the race. It is Shimon Frelick in the P1 with almost 2 seconds from Jacob Reed. And Tomiazzi is in the P3 in the moment with Penny in P4. Schreider in P5. Nice start from the guy from Germany.
Like now we've got DRS, so Nathan De Stoop in 7th is catching up very quickly. 6th place guy, so he should have him here. Because I hope you have enough top speed. Last of the late breakers. Reina had a good kind of hold of the line there, so we'll get a second bite of the cherry, although a little bit wide of the exit. But yeah, now it's DRS. But like I said, the top 5 aren't going to have it. It's going to be 6th and 7th where there's going to be a bit of battle, and then kind of everyone else behind.
Yes, and we see that the troop is still still trying to make a move. Even though sector 3, he put them inside. Oh my goodness, it's dangerous, but he prefers don't try it, a risky move. So he's still in P7, but probably let's see how much left Reina can resist of the pressure of the Stoop. We also see a battle in other positions. We see that Cabrera have Van der Waal behind him, and Van der Waal have the DRS opportunity also. Let's be back to the Stoop against Reina. The Stoop opened the DRS again, He picked the slipstream from Rina. He'll try make a move. Let's see it. He tried the move from inside and he makes the move, but I see the breaking point. Gaetano Rina is still on the outside. It takes a little bit. Almost the Stup lost the control. Wow, that was very dangerous, but the Stup make the position out. So now he's on the P6 and Gaetano Rina is P7.
We've had our third retirement. James Lambert pulled into the pits and has retired. So we currently have 32 cars currently going around.
Repeat another DNF. And by the way, the fastest lap on the moment was from Simon Frelick, 44.3. He is on 2 seconds, 2.8 more faster at the moment.
Roland P8 and P9, bit of a fight going down towards the chicane. He's got the DRS, but he's not got enough of it. Oh, that's a brave note. I think that would have been a bit of a silly one. We also got Singleton. Oh, Singleton's got a little bit wide. He's all over the place there. What's gone wrong? Sorry, not Singleton. Rick in 10th. What happened to him? Did he just lose it a little bit on the braking? Yeah, he went wide and then kind of wide again. He still held the position. That's the thing with Paul Ricard, is that you can go wide and get away with it.
Yes, and by the way, let's see the another battles, and look at Cabrera in P8. He basically destroyed his tires now in Sector 3. I don't see, if this guy wants to make maybe a zero stop strategy, maybe it's better he take care of his tires. But I don't think he will try that. But at the moment, he's very aggressive. I see a lot of smoke coming from his tires. And he have Van der Waal behind him. Van der Waal have a chance of opening the DRS. So it's a battle for the 8th position at the moment. Let's see if Van der Waal can make it. And,
yeah, Rick in P10, he's just overtaken Mark in P11. It's gone wide a few times. And, not the best racing from him.
Yeah, and Van der Waal makes the move from P8, and Singleton is still side by side with Rick, and Singleton makes the move, so Drew overtakes and in the same corner, so Singleton in P10 and Van der Waal in P8. So, and now Van der Waal have Gaetano Rina, that is...
Oh, Kevin Van Beach round in 16th. What did he just do there? Gone through turn 1 and 2. Okay, did he just miss his braking point into turn 3? Oh yeah, he tapped the car ahead, spun him round. He is still going, he is still in 6th.
Yes, and Jacob Reed have now Tomiyazi, but Tomiyazi still cannot open the DRS, but he is very clear to Jacob Reed at the moment. 2/10 the difference. Looks like a whole faster Tomiyazi is picking the slipstream. Maybe he'll try to make a move. No, he will try to make something now. He will wait the right moment to see it. And the Brazilian guy have a very good chance. Looks like Reed is struggling on his pace, and now the gap between Frelick and Reed is 4 seconds. Right, he's very fast on the track. He completed another lap. He will complete now the lap of number 5, and he makes also the best lap on the track, 44.1. He's pushing a lot, and Tomiyazi even with the DRS open still not have a chance against Reed. So this is a battle in Paris, a battle for the P2. Let's see if Tomiyazi can make the move. So let's go back to the other guys. Van der Waal makes the move against Rina, so Van der Waal now is in 7th position. Cabrera tries to make a move. He put inside against Rina, but we don't see that something will happen now. Also, you still have Singleton against Ricky Erzna for the P10. Erzna is in front now.
I think Singleton and Rick are going to be fighting all day long. And yeah, Rick's...
look Woolard! Look Woolard! He lost control of the car! And he lost a lot of positions of that. So, Craig Woolard, he lost a lot of ones. He's now in the P23. He spun on the sector 1. Is a pity. So he needs to make again.
Yeah, Mark and Rick's going to be a long one, I reckon. Rick's use of track limits is probably over the line if I was the one giving out penalties in this one, but we don't actually do real penalties. Again, Rick's gone wide again, and he's just going to run into the distance. That's a little bit disappointing. I think he was pretty much on full throttle. Again, at other circuits, once you're off circuit, you just can't go full throttle, whereas here, he goes wide at the chicane and then just, pretty much keeps it kind of pedal to the metal, which is a little bit disappointing to see. Something that would not happen in the career ladder. It will get knocked back very quickly.
Yeah, it's a pity that we're gonna make this disgusting thing on the track. Um, but we hope that this not happen on the other rounds in Kahir Ladder, for example, that had rules about that. And by the way, go back to the battle of positions. We have a chance to see a move in P8. Cabrera picks a DRS and slipstream from Rena. He looks like he's not too far, but maybe he pick a lot of speed with the slipstream. Maybe he can make a move. He'll try it. No, he don't try it. So still Rena in P8 and Cabrera in P9. Oh, Cabrera also go off the track. The dirty air is too much. Uh, let's
Yeah,
see other.
it's like Mark is kind of constantly catching up with Rick, and then kind of loses a few temps when something happens, and then catches up again. And I mean, I'm just watching him through the end of Sector 1 here. He's going to have DRS. I think Rick may get it as well, actually. Oh no, he's not quite enough for Rick.
Maybe in a few laps we'll see a battle also for the P4 on the position. Penny against Schreider. Schreider picking the DRS now, but he still don't have a chance to overtake Kate and Penny. Also, so let's see the battle for the 15th position is Philip Pacos with the DRS open against Van der Meij against Rydberg.
Rydberg got spun round by, well, they had contact with Kevin. That's why he lost those two positions. And now those two are fighting up front. So hopefully he'll watch and see what he can get out of it again.
Yeah, and looks like Philip Pacos is side by side with Van der Meij. Van der Meij makes a very good corner on the inside. And now they are side by side in a very speed corner. Oh my goodness, they out touch it. They respect a lot. That's very good to see it. And what a move by Van der Meij for the 50 position at a moment. But Pacos probably will not give up. He will try, and because probably he have the DRS for the straight line in the end of the track. And let's see another battles. Cabrera is still behind Henna, but now he have Ricky Riesna behind him, and Riesna is very near. He will maybe try a move. Maybe he'll try a dive bomb, and he tried a dive bomb, but he respect in the end. It's not. They touch a little bit in the end because of Cabrera exit. Stefan Schreider lose a little bit from Penny, and now because of that he have the stoop that is T6 more near to him. So looks like the people is losing a little bit the car on the sector 1 in this track.
So what do we think people are going to do in terms of strategy then? We've obviously got Simons running into the distance, now 6 seconds ahead. You've then got kind of a second and third are relatively close now. Nearly, he actually is in DRS. Then there's a big gap to Caitlin 4th. What do you think those guys are going to do? There's Rick and Francis having a bit of a battle.
Yeah, and Ricky makes now finally. He cut the track again. That's ridiculous. That's a donkey move. He cannot make that. It's a ridiculous thing Rick Riesna is doing now. Why he don't respect the lines of the track? The track have lines to be respected for that. It's a pity that we can see that again. Please, someone talks to him that he needs to respect the lines because he makes moves like a donkey in the track. And he again makes that. He cut again.
We probably should. Let's go watch some other stuff because annoyingly, this is one of the few tracks where you can get away with it. And I kind of feel for Mark and Francis behind him because they should be doing a brilliant race kind of behind. Let's go see what the guys in third. Let's go watch Tomarsi for a bit. He's currently half second behind Jacob. So Jacob's really kind of. Is Jacob falling back to save tyres or is Jacob struggling? What do we think?
I think about Jacob's. Probably his tires is a bit dead after a lot of laps made it. And also, not him also struggling. A lot of guys struggling. I see also Beltramet that is starting P16. He's struggling a lot. He's now in P21. Looks like the dirty is too much for him. What happened with Penny? Something happened with Penny.
He's dropped right down. Oh no, I think he may have had a lag issue.
It's a pity, and he's out of the race. And
so that switched it all up to an even bigger gap now for the top 3.
Yeah.
He's a
pity.
Alex left as well. There's a couple of people that somebody DNF'd.
Yeah, it's a pity that happened. Penny was making a very good race, and but best of luck for
Oh no,
Penny for the next round.
Alex Hallows had contact at the start finish. He was trying to avoid, who was that ahead of him? Fry, and he kind of dived right. He's then kind of switched to go left, and he's actually just kind of, the car's just dropped it. He's flicked the wheel so quickly, the kind of dummy wheel, and he's lost control of the car.
Oh, besides this track is not the best for moves. A lot of things can happen here. And by the way, let's go back to you find a battle. I can see a battle. Is Rierza, Singleton, and Rena for the P8. Oh my goodness! Look at Singleton. He almost lose control of the car and almost go into Rick Resna. That now open the DRS and have the outside line. And let's see if he can make a move. Singleton close a lot of space from him, and no, Singleton is still in the P7. But looks like if Rick Reza do not cut the track like a donkey again, he make the race. He think that he's racing in arcade. That is a bit ridiculous. He race like a 5-year-old kid, and that is unacceptable in a league like GPVWC. But he make a very good move now. He put on inside line, and now the outside. He have a chance of the open the DRS. So let's see if he not make another dumb move that is cutting the track. Is against the rules. He put on the inside line, and
so
let's see.
He needs to kind of get himself composed these next few corners. He's going to go a little bit, just about holds it, but he's too early on the accelerator here.
And again he cut. Again he cut. Again,
was it came properly yet? I don't actually know.
The unacceptable is an unacceptable move. What he made it. He made a move like a. What?
Formation lap is probably the only time he's done that chicane properly.
And his spin, he lost control. Yes, good one. He lost the control of the car. What you receive after you cut the track a lot of times. He now stopped the car. I hope he learned the lesson after cut the track a lot of times today. And so basically the race for Ricky Rizna is ended because he's don't try to go back to the track.
I don't think that, like I said.
And by the way, about the pits, the Stoop make a pit stop, so is the first pit. So now the strategy about pit stop you started in the lap 10. The Stoop make the first pit stop, but you came back to talk what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're being a little bit harsh on Rick. I mean, as I was saying, there's a lot of different abilities here. There are people that done lots of races, there are people that did his first race. It probably was his first race, probably a little bit too hard. It's just, there were some basic rules of racing, and it's not so much that he's kind of, yes, he was cutting the track. It was just kind of disrespecting track limits. It's also a bit disrespectful to kind of the other drivers. Especially, I said, Mark Singleton was kind of behind him for so long, kind of stuck behind him, as, Nikos is also in the pits and out in 25th. I hope he learns. I hope they come back and they yes, we're being harsh on them, but that's only because the other 34 drivers are able to kind of go around the circuit kind of safely. I do hope they come back. We have, like I said, but hopefully we'll see them again. Hopefully they'll kind of get it, and this is one of the few tracks where you can do that.
Yeah. And by the way, let's see the battle for P3 from the zoo against Skipala, and have also behind him.
Leader is in the pits.
Oh my goodness, this is the time. It looks like how many track you will lose against people that maybe don't make a strategy of beating. Maybe Tomiyazi and Reed will try to make a pit stop. I don't know, but Reed have a lot of pressure from Tomiyazi. By the way, they still have Tomiyazi behind him. But looks like in what position Frank you go back? Nice. You go back in a moment he make a very good pit and P4, so he don't lose too much. Maybe we can see Frank wins a race, and we hope that because he's a very good guy. They make a lot of good races in the Academy Series this year. He also raced for the Academy team from a challenge. He make very good results. He make points. He's a reserve driver for RBA, and now he go back in the P4. So he have Schleider in front of him. Probably he'll overtake Schleider because the difference of car is too much, and Frank is the fastest guy on the track at the moment. So let's see.
Nikos retired. I think he had an instant to come out the pits. I didn't see who with, but he's also retired. So we're down to 27 drivers still.
Yes, and looks like if Reed and Tomiyasu will make a pit stop. Tomiyasu looks like Tomiyasu make the move right now. No, Reed is still on the front. Tomiyasu don't try to make risks, but it looks like Reed lost a little bit in the exit. So they still have Tomiyasu behind him, and maybe these also can make Reed lost a lot of time compared to Felix if they try to make a pit stop. Maybe now is the right moment because Felix is fasting and he still need to overtake Schreider that is the P3 at the moment. So let's see. Reed don't go to the pit, but Tomiyasu goes to the pit. So Tomiyasu will make also a pit stop strategy. So Reed is still on the track and he made now a 46.7. So very. We need to see what times Frank made it. Probably he made it in a 44, so probably Frank will be 2 seconds more faster than Reed for the rest of the race. And the difference is not huge, so maybe pit stop is the best strategy here, Philip Morby.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Simon. So he's less than a second now behind Stefan, who's obviously also yet to pit. We see Mark Singleton, Francis, John McLean. McLean, sorry. All well. So, he's already passed us. That was a quick. Never mind. So now he's 16 seconds behind, but he, like I said, already made the pit stop. So Jacob kind of needs to be a second. It can be a second a lap slower and still hold it, but it's whether the tyres will hold up for that. There's a side-by-side race going in the pit lane. Mark Singleton and Francis Cabrera. We missed that one. What was going on there? Was that there may have been damage?
Oh my good, Francis Cabrera. He lose the front wing. Oh, and Francis Cabrera hit Singleton. Oh, that's why.
He hit McLean and lost his rear wing.
Yeah, looks like Cabrera hit Singleton on purpose. Looks like, what you made is we destroyed my race, and now I need to go to the back of the pits again. So
John
Cabrera
have suspension damage. He actually got hit so hard there by the driver that purple car has suspension damage. Is now retired. Whereas, that's a bit unlucky. I mean, he wasn't trying to get the straightest line out to the pits, but he kind of forgot that there was a car in front of him.
Yeah, this is a pity what happened. A bit of problems, but now we have on the moment 26 cars on the track right now, out of 35. So we started with 35, now we have 26. And the moment the P1 is Jacob Reed. Looks like, and he don't pit again. Let's see. No, he don't make a pit stop, so he's still on the track. Probably Jacob Reed will try to make the race without pitting. That is very impressive if you see it.
At this point, you kind of, if your rival was 6 seconds up the road and has pitted, if you pit, you know you're going to finish second. So I suppose he may be throwing the dice and saying, well, the only way I'm going to win this is by doing a naught stop. So, it's a 10-second gap to the next car. If don't lose 24 seconds over 9 laps, so just under 3 seconds a lap, I'm pretty much guaranteed second.
Yeah, and Tomiyasu makes the move against Rena, so Tomiyasu go back to his usual position, that is a P3. Rena probably have his tires compared to the guys that have fresh tires right now. So maybe Rena are still in this position or make the pit stop. And we have Roixa in top 5 in a moment. Also, Philip Pacos in P6. What a race for Philip Pacos, because he starts from the back of the grid, basically. And now, look at how much positions Philip Pacos win on that, Phil.
So we're going to pit stop race 1920. Craig Violard and Remco. I think Craig is going to have to, just about yield. And Francis is back in, currently having his front wing done, as Abbas is also pitting.
Yes, and a lot of guys make a pit stop, others don't make it. Beltrami, for example, still don't make the pit stop. He's now in the P13 position at the moment. But let's see how many, if he can still on the top 15. If it was a racing career ladder, probably he'd make points, but this is Academy Series, is a bit different. But now you need to see the difference from Frelick and Reed. Reed now make a 46.0. Let's see the lap that Frelick you made it right now. Frelick made a 45.2. So it's still 1 second difference, like Phil Morby talks to us. So he still have a chance to win. His lap is 13 laps completed right now. Is a lap 14 of 22. So maybe Jacob Reed can make the magic happen right now, because he make a very good race at the moment. He's still on the lead. He make the pole position, as we remember. And he now have a gap of 13 seconds from Frelick that have a back marker in front of him. That is Ihab Habas, the guy from Egypt. So I hope Habas see the blue flags and give the position for Frelick to not harm Frelick like that.
Helping him at the moment because it's actually giving him DRS. So hopefully he will yield at the next bit. Obviously yielding. Oh, no, he's yielded straight away. You know what? That was brilliant. Beautiful. Well done. What an habit.
Yes, well done. And Frelick, now the difference from Frelick and Reed is 12 seconds. Tomiazzi is the P3 in the moment, and Gaetano Rena is still P4. Probably Rena is also another guy that don't make a pit stop, and they're testing the strategy for the Italian. The P5 is Hoekstra, with the P6 is Filipakos. Filipakos is very near to Hoekstra, it's just 2 seconds of difference. Maybe Filipakos can finish in top 5 this race. It would be very interesting if he make that. And top 7 is the Stupid, top 8 is the P8 is Schreider, and P9 is Van der Waal, and the top 10 is Otto Skipala. He come back to the top 10 of the race, very cool, after a bad start he had. So the guy from Croatia makes a very good job right here.
Yeah, it's kind of like, so far, Jacob's doing the right thing. He's made the right call. It's just, those last 3 laps. I mean, when Poznan, I finished 6th, the car 5th. I gained about 3 seconds on the final lap alone. So a couple more laps I would have had him. But yeah, it's going to be those last few laps as there's a fight 14th, 15th, Chris Williamson versus Jeffrey Collinson. Collinson, I think, had the inside there and has managed to make a place.
Yeah, and Williamson is behind Collinson. I can see the dirty air from here. And let's see if Chris can make a move. He's a P15 right now against Collinson. Oh my goodness. I see that Williamson suffer a little bit with the dirty air. He don't be more near to he was before. This sector 3 is not the best for be behind someone.
Oh, Rossi was round. He's hit the back marker. Oh no. I mean, that's good for 3rd place. That's good news for Jacob and Simon. But what happened there was I think there's a car rejoining, and it's just rejoined. Yeah, just as 3rd place was trying to duck underneath, and he lost a few seconds from that.
Yes, but looks like he don't lose his front wing, so he can continue. But I see also a DNF. Rodrigo Beltrami is out of the race. It's a pity. What happened with him? Let me try to see it.
Now, just like he just pulled over, so something's come up. Yeah, it was Ihab. Having praised Ihab for getting out the way of the previous car. This one's a bit unlucky. He's spun himself, and he's come back on track, and he can't see the car's in his blind spot effectively. So that was just unlucky from him. That wasn't on purpose in any shape or form.
So it's a pity. So you have now, let's see how many DNFs. We have now 25 cars on the track. So still the P1 is Jacob Reed. Now the difference between him and Frelick is 12.1 second. I say again, is 12.1 second. Frelick is in P2 with Tomiazzi is still P3. He's still on the position after the problem he have. But probably his car is not in a good condition right now. But the difference between he and Rena is a lot because he have fresh tires compared to Rena. And oh my goodness, look like how he slide on the corner. That's crazy. And Hoekstra is still in P5 with Filipakos in P6. So the Stoop is in P7, P8 is Schreider, P9 is Van der Waal, and P10 is Skipala. But have Mark Singleton that make a pit stop, and Singleton already have a DRS, so probably Singleton will pick this top 10. That will be very interesting. Looks like how Skipala can resist from the pressure from Mark Singleton.
Yeah, just seeing kind of like you said, who's pitted and who hasn't. So Otto, hasn't pitted, and Mark has. So much fresher tyres. Next one after Otto is Roland, who has pitted. So if he can dispatch of this one quick enough, which hopefully he can do, with DRS shortly, he'll be on for definitely into top 10 and see if he can kind of have a nab at P9 near the end of the race.
Yeah, we have a battle for the P5 in the moment. Is Hoekstra against Filipakos. Filipakos is very neat on Hoekstra. Hoekstra does not make a very exit from the corner. He digs a little bit of curb that makes it more slower. Let's see if Filipakos can make the move. Oh my goodness, they basically on the. Oh, he tried a dive bomb. Filipakos. Oh, Hoekstra because of that going to outside, and Filipakos makes the move in P5. So basically, Hoekstra was a bit of fear of Filipakos hit him and lose a bit of control of the car, go out of the track. That was a very dangerous move, but Filipakos made the move. So now
It paid
Philippakos
off.
is in P5.
Yeah, it paid off. He kind of threw it down the inside, but still he still gave a car's width, and it's kind of reminded me of one of those Danny Ricciardo moves. It kind of works, and everyone is amazed by it, or it doesn't work, and there's contact. And Lazarus kind of put the question to him, and he kind of that was that really. Also, just worth pointing out, Mark Singleton is up to 10th place. Used DRS around the outside at the chicane, up to 10th. As Roland is, I think, in the pits. Yeah, Roland's in the pits. Is this his first pit? This is his second pit stop, I think. He did 2 minutes 11 on lap 10, so maybe he's either doing another pit stop or that was a slow lap for something else. So now Singleton's up to 9th, but he's now got a whole 14 seconds to catch up to 8th.
Well, what happened for Van der Waal make a pit stop is in a lap like that, because he's almost on the end of the race. So he just lose position of that. Now he's the 16th position with Craig Petrus in front of him. So Petrus now is P50 in the moment. Let's see
Jordan also just pitting now. So is this tyres that they've tried do a naught stop and have nearing puncture levels of wear, or we missed something else? Is Nick pitted? I quick look. I don't think so. No. Pitted on lap. Maybe pitted on lap 2 actually, because his lap times for the first couple of laps were pretty low. So I think he may have pitted with April. So maybe his plan was to always do a one stopper, but annoyingly the incident starter scuppered that.
It's a bit strange, but go back to let's see if we can fight some battle in this race. Philippakos is just 6 seconds of Renault, so he don't have a chance. Hoekstra is struggling, now he's half a second. But we have the Stoop. The Stoop is near to Hoekstra, then he can make the DRS. So let's see if Hoekstra can resist and can still with the P6 or not. For the moment, the Stoop of course don't have a chance to make a move against Hoekstra, but have a back marker in front of Hoekstra that maybe can put Hoekstra in a bad moment right now because of loss of time.
Kevin Van der Meij is also pitting. Again, not sure if that's his first or second stop.
Look at how Abbas closed the door to the Stoop, and the Stoop now lost a little bit time, and now loss of the grip in the corner, and Schreider together also lost grip, and Abbas stop the car, Abbas, please. Don't make the things be worse for these guys. So maybe you can have a battle in a few laps from Schreider, the Stoop, and Hoekstra for the P6, and Philippakos in P5 in a moment without any problems. And now let's see the gap from Reed, the leader from Shimon Frelick. The gap now is 8.7 seconds, 8.8 seconds. And now Reed is finishing another lap. Let's see the time Reed made it. He made it in 46.5. Let's see now Frelick in what lap to see the difference between Frelick and Reed. Frelick made it in 45.0, so Frelick is still more faster. That's not fast enough. And now is the 18 laps completed. Is now the lap 19 from 22. So basically, Frelick needs to push more, but he have a lot of problems. Have 2 back marks in front of him, so probably he'll just lose time.
He's got to make 2 seconds a lap as the back marker gets out. One back marker gets out of the way. If he times this one right, it will give him some DRS, but depends when he catches him. It's going to give him a lot of understeer, as it shows. Yep, through turn 5 and 6, but it will help him after turn 7 on the back straight, as long as the car gets out of the way.
And by the way, the battle for the P6, Hoekstra, thanks to the back marker, have a DRS for a moment, so he still have one more lap to resist from the Stoop. And look, Schreider cut the track to pass the back marker, because the back marker was basically closed the door for him. So Schreider cuts the inside line to have a chance to be near to the Stoop and Hoekstra. And now he's very near, because the Stoop basically have Hoekstra with the dirty air closing the door to him, and a part of the track is not good to make some move. But in a few seconds, you see these guys go to the DRS zone, and Hoekstra do not have someone to give a DRS to him. So let's see. And Schreider wins a lot of that. Maybe it's the Stoop that is in trouble, and Schreider picks a lot, even with the Stoop on the DRS zone. Schreider put in the inside line, and let's see if he can make the move. Oh my goodness, they almost touch, and the Stoop, they hit a little bit, but oh my goodness, Schreider almost lost the control of the car, but he can save it. But he lost now a lot of time, and he needs to make it out again, because the back marker, the Zoo, overtakes him.
And Mark Singleton up to 9th behind all that with a DRS move. So another position made for him. Just trying to see if there's any other battles kind of further down. We've got 18th and 17th are a couple of seconds apart. Apart from that, I think your main battle is what you're looking at.
By the way, the lap from Frank was 49. He don't have a good lap because Cabrera is still in front of him. Cabrera looks like Cabrera does not respect the blue flags because Cabrera is still in front of Frank, and we see Cabrera in front of Frank in that other lap. So Cabrera, please, you need to respect the blue flags because Frank needs to make a move.
I think at this point,
he lost time.
I think it's going to be nearly done. I mean, he's now got to gain 4 seconds a lap, and unless Jacob's tyres fall off, it's pretty much done and dusted. Ironically, we were talking about having less cars compared to Poznan and a longer track compared to Poznan. There won't be as much traffic. There is still quite a lot of traffic, which is really helping Jacob.
And now Frankie have Colesworth to need to overtake. Probably for Frankie, another race that he cannot win. Looks like the P8 from P9 and Skipala. Skipala's in P8. What happened to he make the move because Singleton was with the better tires in front of him. He make a overtake.
Contacts at the outside of turn 2 has kind of helped a little bit, but just about on the edge of legality. But he's kept it on the track, so fair enough. But now he's going to lose out to the... Mark's going to have DRS touches. Stay with us for a second. He's going to have a nice bit of DRS. It's probably a little bit too far back for the chicane. Also, he's doing everything he can to kind of break the slipstream. But I think Mark may stay here for a bit and just kind of work out his next move. He's going to have a nice exit actually here.
Has another car. Skipala tries to avoid the slipstream, but let's see if Skipala will try to make that again. Looks like not. Singleton will have more speed on the straight line, and he can make the move. Let's see. He started outside. Oh, they almost touched a little bit on the tires, and oh my goodness, that was risky. Skipala lost a little bit on the part, and what a move by Singleton. Oh my goodness, they almost touch again. It's a very, very, very difficult to both.
Oh, looks like there from both of them actually.
And Skipala is still on the front, but Singleton have a better exit, and Singleton again put side by side. A corner to the left. Oh my goodness!
The final corner.
Yeah,
and underneath. Yes, he is. Tires are gone.
Yeah, but he have the DRS compared to Skipala. Skipala tried to avoid the DRS from Singleton. That's very interesting. And also is the final lap of the race. So basically, we can see if Singleton can make a move against Skipala or not. He put in outside. Oh my goodness! They touch a little bit and Singleton spins. They touch too much. Skipala do not give easy to him, and in the end, Singleton.
Cut back to Jacob just going through the final few corners.
Yes, and by the way, let's go back to the lead. That is Jacob Reed. He make a race that he make the pole position. He was very fast. He finished now the last corner on the track, and we have a new winner in Academy Series. Jacob Reed crosses the line and wins the French Grand Prix. What a very good win by the guy from England. And Frankie finishing P2, another race from the Polish guy that he cannot win it. But we will see one race you can win, Frankie. We will see you win in one race. And Tomiyasu is still on the track. He made now the last part of the track. So Tomiyasu will finish in P3. Very good race for the guy from Brazil that will race tomorrow in the Formula Challenge for the Academy team. Very good race for Tomiyasu, P3 from him. And P4...
We've still got a race going on between P14 and P13. Chris Williamson and Martin is worth having a look. As Martin takes the inside. A little bit too brave. And 15-16 is also very close behind. Got a 4-car fight going on.
Yes. Look Skipala. Skipala loses control of the car. Skipala loses control of the car and... Oh my goodness, and he still not finished the race. So Singleton wins the position from Skipala, so we can have a little of karma here. Because Singleton, you finish in the front of Skipala and makes the 10th position of the race. Wow. Singleton in P10.
Kevin's going to have a line. Kevin's going over Craig right at the last corner.
And...
Fights, although... Yep. We've got 17, 18, and 19 coming through at the moment. William Fry, Craig Rouillard, and Ryan Esam. Let's have a quick look William just holding on there 17th. Craig should come through 18th, and Ryan being the last one on the lead lap in 19th. A total of 24 finishers.
Yeah, and if Lazarus finishing P5, I was talking about Lazarus celebrates a lot. He make a lot of burnouts in the out part of the track. And what a race for Lazarus, because he finished in P5. He started from the back of the grid basically.
That was a fun race. There was a couple of incidents at the start. We didn't lose as many cars as I feared we would. Some crazy stuff going on with track limits and pit exits, but yeah, it was a good fun race to watch and hopefully get involved with. And I'm sure we'll speak to some of the drivers. So what we got? So yeah, Jacob there with the naught stop. Kind of Simon when you're at the front, it's kind of a case of who dares blinks first, and obviously, you know it's a hard one to call as to when do you blink. And luckily for Jacob, he kind of saw that Simon was running away with it, and just went, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I do wonder if that was his original plan, or yeah, we'll have to kind of put it to them later.
Yeah. By the way, let's go now to interviews from the French Grand Prix. We have a lot of guys that want to talk. Who will be the first guy that we put for in the interview here today? Very exciting to give the question. And by the way, about the race, but a very good race from Jacob Reed. He do not try to make nothing wrong. He just tried to make his race, and in the end, he shows that another time the no stop strategy was the best one. And a big track like that is a pole card that is not easy to make moves. So very good race from Jacob. Probably he will receive the opportunity to race in from a challenge for the academy team in the next rounds.
So, let's in a minute pull some people in. Let's see if they could join us. Yeah, let's just have a quick chat with Philip then and see what his plan was. Obviously, you know, very good start at the to get the lead to kind of pull out a nice little gap. Let's see if we can just put him in.
So let's talk with the first guy, probably Shimon Frelick.
Let's drag him in. So, Frelick, congrats on the P2 there. We were kind of watching it at the start of the race. You kind of pulled out a nice little gap. Was it always your intention to pit, or were you kind of who dared to blink first? How did it go for you this evening?
Well, my intention was to pit. I thought it was faster, and saving tires for a zero stop was unnecessary because it's losing you time. But then I had technical difficulties with the game, and the game was freezing every 2 laps, and I was just I kept losing my gap, even when I was chasing Ride. Maybe without them, I would have caught him, but I don't know. I need to close.
Downbeat. I mean, you've got to kind of take pride in that. You know, you got a decent pole leading the race. You held on to second. I mean, both you guys. You know, you're both 20 seconds ahead of the other guy on the podium. That must kind of fill you with a sense of pride, surely.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised everyone was so far behind. Reed was very fast. He was very fast in the qualifying as well. I congratulate him on his lap. But yeah, today the lags were just too much, and I couldn't catch him.
Well, congratulations nonetheless on your podium. Also on the podium for that race was Tomasi. Tomasi, congratulations on the third place. How was your evening, Greg?
Felt good. I should have gone for no stop if I knew that Simon would have lagging issues, but it was great. I did not have a great pace, but it was enough for me to get the P3. And I'm happy with it.
How do you feel going around the track? Is it one of your favourite tracks? Least favourite? Kind of how do you?
One of my least favorite tracks. I don't like Paul Ricard, but
Why is that out of interest? Why is there any kind of, is it the runoffs? Is it like everyone else's reasoning, or is there a unique reason for that?
I don't know how to explain actually, but I just don't go well with it. Never did. Just don't like it. I don't know why.
But you managed to get a podium out of it, so you must be proud of that. You think you'll come back to academy races in the future, or where do you see? Do you want to rise up through the career ladder? Where do you see you going next after this podium?
Oh, I want to keep racing on academy. Even though I am emergency driver at Formula Challenge right now, I don't think I will pay for the license. So I'll just have some fun on academy. Keep racing. Just feels good to do something. Meanwhile, I can't do my normal activities. Yeah, it's something I really missed, and it's good to be back on racing again.
You can't beat that one. I'll give you that one to you. Thanks very much, Tomasi. Shall we put in final person for interviewing Craig? Let's chuck Craig in here. Good evening, Craig. Fun evening around Paul Ricard for you this evening?
I don't often have much fun around Paul Ricard.
Well, everyone keeps saying this.
Yeah, it's definitely not up there in terms of my favourite tracks, but yeah, I had a couple of nice battles in that race, including one going right until the end with Ryan Easton, who hadn't stopped. So I was able to get round him around the outside on the last lap into the chicane, which was nice. So.
I think we picked that one up. How do you? It's your second. I can't remember how many races you've now done in Academy. Is this your second race?
Second one after doing Poznan a fortnight ago.
Do you feel like you're making progress with the car, improving? Kind of, I know this is kind of your first foray into sim racing, I believe. So you feel like you're kind of improving?
No, I've been sim racing on and off for quite a few years now. But
my mistake. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm really getting back into the swing of things. But obviously, this is a totally different beast, totally different kind of car to what I'm used to driving, really. So, I mean, I haven't done as much preparation for this race as what I did for Poznan, but definitely felt by the end of the evening I was starting to get hang of things.
How do you feel the track kind of compared to Poznan? Kind of like, yeah, in terms of fighting, in terms of the one lap and the qualifying?
Two very different races, to be honest, because Poznan, I was spending much of the time just being lapped, so it's just a case of getting out of the way safely, not crashing into any of the lapped cars, but I was finished on the lead lap on this occasion because Paul Ricard is so long, so I was able to just run my own race, and so in that respect, it was a bit better. But Paul Ricard isn't the most enjoyable circuit in the world, but I quite enjoy Poznan, to be honest.
Do you think you'll be coming back for more Academy races in the future?
Oh yeah, totally. Well, that's the plan anyway. I think whilst the ongoing situation is as it is, I've got plenty of time to do that. I gave up sim racing not too long ago because I was short on time, but now at the time suddenly seems to be back all in one go. So
well done. And it sounds like you're making. You said you're probably on the kind of lead lap, and we saw today there's still a lot of traffic for the lead guys. So no, very very well done.
Thank you.
I think, Rodrigo, at that point we should probably wrap up our thoughts there. Do you enjoy the race? What do you make of it?
To be honest, I enjoy, but at the same time I don't enjoy it because this track is not easy to make moves, and I am very sad about Frank having some technical problems because maybe we can have a good battle for the end in the final laps against he and Jacob Reed. It's a pity also that we cannot make an interview with Jacob. And by the way, the next race will be in this month in the day 26, but we still don't know who's the track. We received a tip, Pilio, but we don't know what track is this. The only thing we can talk to people that is the next track is from a country that talks Spanish.
If as long as it gets approved, we don't 100% know that yet. If it gets approved, we have to spice up our Espanol. I mean, I'm just as bad at French as Spanish, so who knows where we're going next? I look forward to it.
So I think this is the end for today. I hope everyone that's watching this race today have a good fun about everything that happens in the race. So the next race will be in the day 26 in a track that we still don't know who the track will be. I am Rodrigo Carvalho. This was Phil Morby. I thank you, Phil, for be part of me on the commentary. The next race we change the site, so I will make the co-commentaries, and Phil will be the main commentator for the next race.
That should be laugh.
Yes, I also thank Sandeep for the camera. Sandeep, you help us a lot today, and we see you people on the day 26 on the next track. That is, we don't know who will be.